Hi, so a warm welcome to you today for joining me to hear about this soul growth journey that I am hosting, which is going to start on the 4th of March, 2026. And this call is really just to give those of you who are interested a bit more of an overview of what the soul growth journey is, why I'm doing this, what it's going to look like, and how it could potentially benefit you. So, I did training with the School of Natural Shamanism, which is in West Wales. I did a 15-month training to become a natural shamanism practitioner. It's quite a rigorous training. You learned a lot of tools, did a lot of healing on ourselves to be able to hold space. And I've now been accredited by the School of Natural Shamanism to deliver this soul growth journey and essentially share some of the tools that I learned over the 15-month process to you to use in your life, to use for your benefit, your growth, and your healing. So, natural shamanism is about connecting yourself to the earth, the land we live on, the elements, nature, and also connecting with your higher power or intuition and spirit. And my process was a very deep process. I wanted to bring something else into my life. I have things like a meditation practice, I have some religious beliefs, but I really wanted another way to anchor myself and to have tools to help myself and ultimately to help others in my healing toolkit, as well as conventional medicine, some functional and slightly more alternative medicine, holistic medicine. And I think that spiritual and emotional health is such a huge part of all over health. And for me, it was really important to find a way of connecting with that for myself, but also to have tools to help my patients with. So, the Soul Growth Journey is a 12-week program starting on the 4th of March, and it will begin online. And if possible, I think it'd be really lovely if we could come together and do something in person with the connections we've made. There'll be a WhatsApp group for questions and queries and just connecting with each other, which I think will be really beautiful. And each week you'll be taken through another aspect of natural shamanism. And there's a online platform and there'll be a video there for your teaching of the week and also written teachings. And you can access that anytime. So you can do that in your own time. But when we come together on Zoom, that will be a time for us to ask questions, share experiences, and things that have happened during the week. So I thought I would tell you a little bit about the things we would be learning about to give you an idea. So we would start by learning how to do a medicine walk and to how to gather things in nature that can help us in our journeys and what to look for and how to do that. And then also go through how to make an altar, which is simply a space or a table or a piece of cloth where you put items on to really help with something you're working on. That could be wanting to bring in abundance or bring in love or help with your healing or connect with spirit. And we will go through how to do that. Because sometimes we hear these words, oh, I have an altar, but we don't really know what that means or what we're doing or how to do it in a way that feels true. The next week, we're going to be looking at the rattle. And I have one of my little rattles here, which was a gift, and how you can use the rattle in your own healing and how you can use it to help balance the body, your emotions, your thoughts, or help you work through something that's going on for you. And then the week after, we're going to do the same thing, but with the drum, the shamanic drum, and how that can help you on your healing journey. We're then going to talk about plants as allies and how we can use plants to help us in our healing. And that can either be through burning them and maybe smudging. It can be through making a spray or having a spray. So this is a rose spray I have, which I bought in a really beautiful shop in Glastonbury. But I've also made some of my sprays for clearing and cleansing and balancing and blessing, and how you can use that. It can also be how you can ingest the plants, like in teas or in tonics, and how that can potentially help you with whatever you're working on. And we will also touch on plant dietas, which again is sometimes a term that people hear about but don't really know what that means. We're then also going to talk about animal allies and guides, and how you can connect with animal guides or allies, and how you work, because a lot of people talk about, oh, I've got a power animal. That's great, but what do you do with your power animal then, right? And maybe you don't always need a power animal. There can be sometimes several animals or birds that you connect with, and how they can help you on your healing journey. We're then going to talk about how to connect deeper with intuition. I don't know about you, but I've had times in my life where I'm like, is this my intuition, or is this my fear and my anxieties coming up? So we're going to go into how you can connect deeper with your intuition. I have a pendulum here actually, and this is a way some people connect with their intuition, asking a question and seeing if it's a positive or a negative. And so it's a really beautiful pendulum that I have from another lovely teacher. But we can actually use our bodies as our own inner pendulum to help guide us when we're making decisions or feeling into if something's right for us. You're then going to experience a drum journey. And a drum journey is so powerful. I do them on as one-to-ones with clients or in groups, and they really take you into a deep space to maybe solve issues from the past, maybe connect with guides, maybe get answers for questions that are tricky with the rational brain to answer. So that's a really beautiful gift. And then finally, we're going to look at how to create small ceremonies for yourself, for your healing, for maybe your home, maybe for a connection, maybe to connect with ancestors or the spirit of a place or the land. And this is all really, really beautiful work. And I think it's just really adding to your own emotional toolkit, a real way of connecting with yourself on a deeper level and using spirit and guides and nature to connect deeper with yourself and to help support you in your healing and spiritual journey. So that's a little bit about the program. It's 12 weeks. Like I said, it will consist of live calls with myself starting on the 4th of March, and then also the online platform. If you miss a call, they'll be recorded, and you always have access to the online platform to go back through the teachings when you need them. I think it's a really lovely way of coming together with like-minded people who have similar goals, have similar ways of wanting to live and connect as well. A bit about my background, if you don't know, I'm a qualified medical doctor. I'm qualified GP. I worked in psychiatry for many years. And this is really what led me on my path to look for alternatives to healing, because I believe in the importance of good mental health. I believe in good physical health. I mainly now work around hormones and integrative medicine. So that's looking at things like hormone balance, but also nutrition, lifestyle changes, supplements. But I think the connection to your emotional and spiritual health is essential in overall health. And that's what has led me on my path. And I'm really excited to share this work with you because I see the difference it makes with the patients who I work with in this way. And I often think the biggest tell is the connection it leads to with yourself. And it's caused huge shifts in my emotional health, my spiritual health. And quite often, if I've got something going on, I'm like, oh, I need a drum journey to drop in deeper and connect with that. Or I need to go on a nature walk and connect with the medicine around me, on the land, in the walk, with the plants, being by the sea, and really use that as connection. And we have all these things available to us. I think that's what's so exciting is that once you understand these tools, they're accessible to you all the time. And that's not to say I never go into my head and get stuck in a loop about something, but I can come out of it so much quicker because I have the tools to do that now. And I'm really excited to share that with you and to see how it helps your own growth. So if this is something you're interested in, get in touch, let me know. And yeah, I would love to do an in-person component as well, if we can make that work, where we gather together or in a small group and really use these tools, share our experiences, maybe drum together, use the rattle, have a ceremony that I can hold for you as well, so you can connect deeper within. And I'm also a breathwork facilitator and maybe bring some of that in as well. So that's my passion, bringing in all the elements of what I do, be that the medicine side, bringing in the breath work, bringing in the healing with the drum journeys as well. And I would love, 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 love to hold that space for you if you'd be agreeable. So when it comes to cost, I'm very happy to offer you a small discount as the people who've shown the first interest in this. And the total cost of the 3 month program is 555 £555. And you'll start by paying a deposit, but we can split that into 3 payments or 4 payments over the 3 months as well, if that's something that's helping you. And if cost is a barrier for you, but you really feel drawn to this, and you know it's really going to be, an important part of your healing, please reach out, and I'm sure we can arrange something to help you access what you need. So that's it from me, and I hope that's really helpful. And I also offer one-to-one healing sessions as well, if you're not sure if being in a group is the right thing for you. So please reach out, and I'm really excited to be on this journey with you. So I hope you have a lovely, lovely rest of your day, and I look forward to supporting you in your healing. Take care. Bye.